YouTube. Sorry, just eating some chicken crimpy biscuits. Anyway, I thought I'd put a video out just to give a bit of a recap on the Napa weekend. I've got a lot of footage to go through, and to be honest, it's not going to be happening anytime soon because we got a lot going on. So I just thought I'd quickly make a pretty raw video on what happened and how damaged the car is, and just show you everything. And that was one of the feedbacks I got actually from a few people around the place, was that they like a raw video. So there's going to be no, I mean, I hate doing this because I love doing the B-rolls and the music and the editing. But like I said, it's not going to happen for a while. So I just thought I'd put something out there with no bullshit or anything like that. Anyway, we roll into Napa, my first heat. So 2-day show. The first day, we only got our 2 heats in, and they cancelled our feature because of time. That's fine. That's what we were there for, and we're all okay with that. But anyway, the first heat, I was pretty loose. A lot of stagger on. I thought that was the way to go, to try and get the thing around the tight corners. But as it turned out, these things, you know, will handle these tight corners. I had too much stagger. In the corner, it was pretty wide, and it was about 90% around. And unfortunately, old mate had nowhere to go. I was spun anyway, so no harm, no foul. But unfortunately, it caused a first yellow, and I didn't want to be that guy, but we were. In the second heat, got caught up in a bit of a mess as well, and we thought actually the track crew, I couldn't quite hear because I had old mate in my ear telling us the restart order, and apparently one of my drag link bolts had just about come out. Still there, but, you know, we could have restarted and gone, but I thought he sort of said that it was broken or something like that. So I broke my belts, and then we got pushed infield, and luckily Scotty Cameron was in there with some tools and got it back together again, but because I broke my belts, we were done. So that was night one, essentially done and dusted. Pretty disappointing, but I tell you what, the actual whole event, I don't care. Like, it was awesome. It just gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Rolling around, felt like a rock star, just going through the crowd as you get onto the track. And, you know, you got all the festival lights, the close quarters of the crowd, the gum trees, the skyline. Yeah, enough said. Anyway, so roll on night two. Night two, new day, all that sort of jargon. We go out, and our first heat, our 3-meeting old fuel pump let go. Crazy. Oh, and what actually happened in one of the other heats too, in that first heat where we caused the yellow, when I got hit in the side, the signal wire off the starter motor popped off. What do you do? Anyway, so day two, fuel pump shits itself, 3-meeting old. In fact, I think it's still, oh no. Anyway, oh yeah, here we go. So here's our, look at it, like, you know, just about brand new. Anyway, it dies. So we'll just put that on the warranty list. Anyway, so that died on us, so we had a DNF. And then we actually finished the heat, didn't we, Steve? Yes. Yeah. So we finished the heat. Brilliant. Great. And then we were out of 7 for the feature. And we ended up 6. It was a 1-laner, all to the bottom, stuff like that. But still, super fun. As tracks go, you know, I actually quite enjoyed it, you know, for what it's worth. Probably for a small amount of racing that we did, you know, if we had like a 30-lap feature, you know, we probably could have put on a better show, but that was never going to happen. We were there just to help support the Speedway, the Napa Speedway itself. So massive thanks to them. Massive thanks to the club, or to our wingless as well, for giving us the opportunity. We had a great group of guys down there, and I reckon we all did our part for our class and Speedway. It was great having the display. Had 1 trillion people come through and sit in the car. Gave out heaps of giveaways. And then that leads us on to the next day. So day 3. So it was more just demonstration stuff. You know, I think it was like a 3-heat format, but it was just no heat, no feature or anything like that, just to go out there. Unfortunately, we went out on a bit of a slop, and I pancaked it into the fence on the first lap, I think. And unfortunately got into the fence, and it's actually bent the track rod. Now, going out, you know, sort of after coming off the fence and going around again, the steering did feel a bit weird, but just bent weird. And unfortunately, I've learned how things feel in steerings now, and I think I've got a fairly good judgment brain on this sort of thing. So I thought we'll be safe. Small truck, I'm not going to wreck it. Anyway, we go down the next straight, and I booted on the sort of the inside a little bit, and the thing just went right. So what I reckon has happened is just because of the way the grease was, the toe was stupidly out, and all my geometry was out in the front end. It's just pointed towards the fence, but because it was so wet and greasy, we've just sailed into it. So I'll try and show you how. So we've bent the, I don't know, can you see that? I'm not doing any editing, I can't be stuffed. We've bent this sucker back. So we've got the torsion bar in there. That's bent. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, but the high bars there are also, the whole car's been sent that way. There's also some cracks and other stuff going on there, and yeah, so that basically put us out for the rest of the weekend. You know, we could have, well, I can't weld, but if somebody was there that had a TIG and all of that sort of stuff, and you know there was races on the line, we could have got the thing out there, but nah, she was toast, and I'm even looking at it now, and you can even see a bend in that sort of bar there, and that's crap, you know, like just crap. Anyway, and because we're running on a lot of borrowed stuff, yeah. Anyway, so the car was a display, so I really didn't feel like being around anymore after that, but just the atmosphere was awesome, and so yeah, so at least we got the car out there with our sponsors, you know, and you know, we're able to talk about the class and speedway, and another thing that was apparent was that how much go-karters are spending on money compared to what we are, and had a lot of interstate go-karters and come up to us, and they couldn't believe it, and also took tours of, like, took people in the trailer and showed them all the spares, and I was pretty honest with them how much I'd spent money, or how much money I've spent, sorry, on not only the purchase of the car, but, you know, engine rebuilds and parts, and how much this was going to cost me to fix, and all of that sort of stuff. So, you know, it was such a cool experience. So, you know, whether it happens again for us, probably not, maybe, who knows. But anyway, I lived the moment, and I was happy I was there in the moment. So now, the worst part now is I've got to give everything back to everybody. So my motor, which is sitting over there, that's got to go off to Jack. So this is, what, Tuesday night? That's got to go off to Jack Friday night. This motor that's in the car now needs to come out and go back to Benjamin Battles. And thank you for that, mate. I really appreciate you allowing that. The thing goes fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with this thing. It's a fresh motor anyway, a Greg Gradette motor. But yeah, mate, you got a good one there. Steering box needs to go back to Cody. What else? Oh, and then the frame off to Quintec to get all straight. And now we've got a couple of other things. So there's another quad. The quad we used, which is at Benny's, that's got to go back to Brad Watts. So thanks, Brad. Hang on, get my finger on. And then we got this quad here, which is Obsty's. And then that one over there, which is Todd Wiggles. So, fellas, I got them running, sort of, as best as I can, but they just weren't up to the task when we saw a video of the hill that was involved. So I'm glad we had that 450 thing, which was awesome. So when are we going to race again? That's going to be the next question. Yeah, I could get one of these chassis out there, like there's last year's car. We could probably bolt that together really quickly. But I don't want to borrow another motor again. I need to get all my stuff all sorted. Need to sort of take a bit of stock, and yeah, the other frame that we've got there as well, it doesn't have gravel bars in it. So my aim was halfway through this season was to, hopefully nothing was going to go wrong, was that I could then send that off to put the gravel, or spend the money on it, to put the gravel bars in, the head protection bars in, so it would be a complete turnaround car that I could just put out there. But obviously we're spending a lot of money and other things at the moment. So yeah, so probably in the new year, when we run our car again. I'm always open to offers of other cars until then, because I'm so keen to keep racing. Like, it's incredible that I've still got the enthusiasm to keep going. And I didn't for 5 minutes or maybe half a day on the weekend, but back into it. Got home, had this thing washed on Monday night. Now it's Tuesday night. As soon as I get home from work, say good day to Susie and the kids, or Susie and Charlie, and I'm just back into it. I just, want to get things happening, obviously get stuff back to everybody. So thanks to all those guys that lent us the stuff, and then also my sponsors, Speed Vision, Obs Customs and Classics, and Dog Pest Control, Supreme Sticker Co. Tyson, mate, you've come on board. You sent me a message, I remember, late last year, wanting to know if you could help us, and I was like, oh man, I got a bit going on, I appreciate it, we'll talk next year. Anyway, you've just come in, bullet a gate, you got all our stuff done, all our promo stuff done, you got our wrap done, you've even made me, oh shit, I should show you actually, we haven't pulled this out yet, but he won't mind me telling you, but he's gonna start doing this sort of stuff too. Hang on, the door's gonna go bang. No, it's not. So this is like an acrylic. It's hard to see because of the reflection. I'm such a really great cameraman. Anyway, hang on, maybe if I... Anyway, it's acrylic. You can hang it on the wall. It's actually even like, if you put a light behind it, it'll sort of shine through a bit. So anyway, so he's done that for us, done all our shirts for us, done our promo gear, like I said, the stickers. So if you need any sort of stuff like that done, reach out to him, and our new sponsors, Adelaide Trailer and Reptile Creative. Adelaide Trailer, okay, I'll quickly explain to them. They're a company that's just been acquired by Cody Atkins, who I used to race against. Got along really well with his dad. We all miss him and stuff. But Cody was pretty quick to help us out and support us, actually, with a bit of cash. So thanks, bud. And Reptile Collective is a new business starting up as well, from a guy I used to work with called Steve Crawford. If you're into your reptiles, this guy is, you'd love him. He's all for the animals. Me personally, I'm not a reptile guy. I'm not a snake guy. But I'll take your money, Steve. So no, thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we can steer some people and some business your way as well. All right, well, that's it. I've got a lot of work to do. Susie's cleaning out the trailer. She's awesome. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty raw video. Might do a thumbnail, might not. And I'm just going to get it up there. And then hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I've got not only the Napa stuff to edit, but also the meeting before it where we blew the motor. I think we've got some pretty good footage out of that as well. So I'll get there. I just want to do it the right way. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. That's all right, babe. I just forgot to thank people that helped. Okay. So I wasn't going to do any editing on this video, but here we are. We're going to edit this one in. So a couple of people to thank: my family, my kids, Susie. They put up with a lot. We'll just say that. Benny Thompson, you're wicked. So thank you to him and his family. He sourced out the quad from Brad for us and all of that sort of stuff, and was just by my side the whole way through. Another fella, Tyson Tyler. It's because that's his Facebook page, and I'm so dyslexic. Tyson Newton. He done a lot for us, and a lot of it I didn't even ask for, and I had to slow him down a little bit too because he's got a life as well. But thanks, mate. I really appreciate having you there. Appreciate you having you in the pits as well. You're good on the car. You blend with our crew well, and I think we're going to have you around for a while, mate. So that's sick. And he done heaps of promo stuff for us, And then young Jacob Curry as well, the poor fella, he sort of floated in and out, but he helped us out a hell of a lot too and got on with the crew as well. So we've got ourselves a good little crew, and that's probably why I want to go racing straight away again too, because, if you get good people around you, you don't want to lose them because they're hard to get. So I just sort of quickly throw that in there. So thanks, boys and girls. And now this is it. So see you in the next one.